This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the 2017 Gemini Full Moon. The Gemini Full Moon takes place on December 3rd, 2017 at 7:46 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:46 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time at 11 degrees Gemini, 40 minutes, 11 degrees Sagittarius, 40 minutes. What is real? What is an illusion? These questions set the tone for this year's chatty Gemini full moon. A full moon in this sign is usually a bit odd. This one pushes the norm. It's as if we're at a party with a fog machine running and novelty glasses with rose-colored lenses being handed out as favors. The supplier is smack in the middle of the festivities, illusionist Neptune, in an exact T-square to the sun and moon. The force is both escalating and forcing out fantasy, lies, and deceit, while doing the same to love, compassion, empathy, and divine guidance. Neptune is a helper, too, the moon's ruler itself, Mercury, just one day into retrograde motion and only getting started on a 20-day mission of complicating and rerouting our communications and getting around. He's still in the apparent stillness of the station, which adds a suspended-in-time effect to the proceedings. Because of this atmosphere, welling emotions may be cloudy or confusing, or muffled, or blissing you out to the point of not caring. You may float around in a daze. Your reaction to information may push you to escapism, from binge-watching to boozing to retreating into fantasyland. Imagine the news doing that to a person these days. I mean, really. The process of intellect converging with emotion could lead to a higher, forgiving, or loving viewpoint, or all of the above, simultaneously. Fortunately, this event has aids for discernment and safer passage. One is the release point for the T-square's pressure, the empty space in Virgo, opposite Neptune. Chewing matters over, calling time out, redrawing boundaries, all are probable and workable tactics for navigating the haze. Another lifeline to stabilization comes courtesy of Mercury. Even though he's retrograde, he is conjunct Saturn, who brings order and slow, deliberate movement, underscoring the molasses feel of the retrograde station. Order doesn't mean the same old, though, as Saturn's journey in the last year has demonstrated. Innovative perspectives, approaches, and paradigms are all over this full moon's activity. They're coming not just more into consciousness, but into being, via a trine from this pair to Mercury's higher octave, aka genius uncle, Uranus. The visionary and radical change agent of the cosmos, he's tossing intermittent lightning bolts, which pierce the fog and illuminate what's within. When they hit, we're not doomed to reacting like a deer in the headlights. An epidemic of remarkable emotional flexibility and nimbleness is on tap, with the moon in an exact adjustment aspect to Jupiter and his generous powers of expansion. Since the great benefactor is in the intense waters of Scorpio, the contact makes it possible to perceive more deeply into oneself as well as into others than is the Gemini surface skating norm. As secrets and previously hidden truths surface, we are facing and responding to them. Some adjustments will affect or involve relationships and agreements. Watch for action on legislation. Doorways are open. Opportunities to move are within reach through the Mercury-Saturn conjunctions sextile to Mars in Libra. Action in or through relationships is the key, such as discussing terms for structure or commitment, or a close ally offering a helping hand. As you wander through the fog, it may feel vaguely familiar. Remember the mutable Grand Cross of June 2016? The month put us all in hanged man mode, with a sense of watching events playing out, some of which created incredible busyness, without the ability to steer or direct. The mutable T-square and the languidness of Mercury's retrograde station are echoing that Grand Cross. Do you feel parallels? The difference now is that the hanged man isn't merely watching the movie, but actively working through the plot, some of which could relate back to June of 2016. And at minimum, negotiating a way off the tree, if not climbing down altogether. If you'd like to learn how this is affecting you personally, visit my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can book a session with me, get my weekly podcasts, and sign up for my mailing list. And if you do that, you will receive my Jupiter in Scorpio quick reference guide as a thank you. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. You'll find me on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the Astro-Insight Lounge, and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel.